I'm also a psychic medium, so I don't know, maybe there is a reason why I'm asking.
You're a psychic medium?
Yeah.
Would you sit with me for a second?
Sure.
Okay.
You know, and I'm recording. I started recording out there. Do you want me to turn it off?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'm in Roswell, a surprisingly massive town built on the story of the 1947 UFO crash. If you're even remotely interested, you've got to come check this place out. So during my stay in Roswell, I do my usual motel room psychic tune-in and mediumship, and a spirit comes through talking about aerospace, mentioning nearby towns, and giving details about test facilities and locations. And the spirit also gives me a task. I'm destined to meet with an unknown someone in the near future. So I'll save the video from tonight's motel mediumship for a future episode where aerospace spirit starts to tie things together. So this is kind of a to be continued kind of situation because I'm getting information from somebody connected with aerospace, and we're gonna see some of these things come into play soon. What am I gonna see? What are we gonna see? What's gonna happen? Seeing a large grocery bag, like a paper grocery sack. And that's just gonna be a symbol. Today, I check out the Roswell UFO Museum. I've always taken an interest in UFOs and aliens. I mean, growing up haunted, it's easy to disregard society's rules about what's real and not real. So I ended up pursuing study of everything outside of cultural norms. The paranormal, the mystical, Bigfoot, aliens, you name it. I'd even seen a few UFOs. And we see this green light. It's like stoplight green going across the sky, and then it hits a certain point and it goes bam, and just takes off in a split second to the horizon and it's gone. There must have been like 24 of them. And they're all cruising along, just like kind of staying in one area. I called Crystal out so she could see this. And we were watching them for a little while, and then they took off in 2 different directions. And when I managed to elevate my psychic abilities to like the next level, I drew the attention of a bunch of different groups of beings on the other side, including interdimensional ETs. I don't know what this was, but there was a being in my house. It looked in my room. It noticed that I saw it, so it ducked out, and then it ducked back in to look again, kind of like a double take, like, really, this guy can see me? And then he disappeared, and by that time I was up and chasing him down the hallway, and he was gone. He just blinked out. I'm not sure if this guy was an ET, but we did have ETs at the house. They were your stereotypical grays, along with some other types. We and our dogs were harassed, poked, prodded, and generally terrified on a nightly basis for about 6 months. Then activity shifted to maybe weekly, and eventually I was able to make most of it stop. So anyway, I'm in the museum, and as you might expect, I'm overwhelmed. There's a ton of information and stuff to look at, but I think the life-size ETs are affecting me on a subconscious level. See, for a few years after the nightly ET visits, I had some kind of PTSD and would have a panic response when seeing aliens on TV or in movies. Seeing anything like them in the physical would re-trigger some subconscious fear from the visits. So I go outside to take a break. And I go back in, but I can't really find any space to film, and I'm still weirded out by the mannequins. It's kind of too much. So I go outside again. So I've been in this museum twice now. I went in the first time and walked around and was overwhelmed because there's so much information. And then I also caught that the alien mannequins are freaking me out. And I think there's a crossover with seeing it in the physical and seeing it not physical. I'm not getting a chance to record really here. People involved in this kind of thing don't want to be caught on camera, and I don't blame them. And then also there's just too much going on. No, thank you. Thank you. I feel like I could be done with my museum visit, but I go back inside a third time and head directly into their research library. They've probably got a copy of every piece of UFO or ET memorabilia and research worth studying. I could spend a lot of time here. So there's this woman with books and binders covering her table, and when she looks up from her research, I feel the urge to ask her about what she's studying. And after an awkward exchange, it turns into a strange psychic reading. I don't know, maybe there is a reason why I'm asking.
You're a psychic medium?
Yeah.
Could you sit with me for a second?
Sure.
Okay.
There was no paper grocery bag, no symbolism that told me that this was what they were talking about last night, so I don't know. And it's personal, so I won't share what we talked about. Strange stuff, though. And the rest of it, what came up last night at the motel, really is to be continued.